Oh, Rick.
Oh, Morty, don't be sad. Here, shake the hand of a great man. It'll make you feel better.
Ouch, Rick.
Ha, I covered myself in thorns, Morty, you fucking idiot. I'm Prickle Rick, Morty. I'm Prickle Rick.
Oh, gee, Rick. I don't know what your problem is.
Morty, I'm bored. I'm gonna kill you.
Hello guys and gals and non-binary pals, it's me, O.C.C.B. So about a while ago, I made a video called 10 Minutes of Useless Splatoon Information. And while I'm glad you guys liked the video, you guys really liked the video, oh my god, it wasn't as good as I wanted it to be. So in my best interest, I thought I shouldn't make a part 2, except make it 5 minutes longer. And one more thing, some of these facts weren't actually discovered by me, they were discovered by my friend Mikoto, who was in a couple of my other videos. Which means if you see his character icon right there, that means it's a fact that he discovered. Anyways, without further ado, let's get into this video. On August 17th, 2022, a major update for the game Ultra Kill came out, in which one of the voice actors of the game, Gianni Gianni Matrigrano played the entire update while cosplaying as his character Gabriel, and when he was asked why is Gabriel so powerful in the game's lore, he said this.
Disciples often ask how I acquired such strength. The answer is simple. It comes from my belief in the Almighty. Yes, my strength comes from my faith in Big Man from Splatoon 3. Thank you, Sam.
The 41st weapon to be added in Splatoon 1 after launch was the Berry Splattershot Pro. The map design of Manta Maria is in the shape of a dollar symbol. Pro canonically owns this map as it was a present for her 6th birthday. The German meaning of the birded corduroy jacket is Dicky Bird corduroy jacket. The player disconnect animation is the same as if a player were to fall to their death. Hideki Naganuma, otherwise known as the Funky Uncle, wanted to and could have been the soundtrack producer of Splatoon. However, Nintendo declined his offer to be there. Okay, side tangent for a bit. Nintendo, why would you make Splatoon 1 inspired by Jet Set Radio, but not hire the person who made the soundtrack? This was an investment. What are you doing? Keep in mind, this is the same person who made these songs. My last video that I just made, he made that song. His music would have worked perfectly for Splatoon. The Splatoon 1 firing range has a basketball hoop that you can throw bombs in, and they make a little noise when you actually make it in. In the Splatoon 2 concept art, there is art of Callie with backup dancers and a gun. Like, an actual gun. It was a gun. So y'all remember the statue at the end of Octo Expansion, right? And Tartar as a whole? Well, they both had really different designs, and they were very disturbing. So you know how when a player's specials charge, their hair starts coming on fire? Well, Inkling in Smash Bros. Has the same thing whenever they have their final smash. In the Splatoon 1 files, there was supposed to be a native chieftain hat to wear. But due to obvious controversy reasons, this was removed. But you can still see it in the hat shop if you look very far back in the corner of the shop. The green spot on Marina's stomach is not a belly button. That's a piercing. In one of the Splatoon 2 trailers, you can see gameplay that takes place on the reef, and you'll notice that the bridge is made out of wood instead of stone. Now obviously Nintendo changed this before the game's release, but there's an actual canonical reason on why the change even happened. The canonical reason for the change is because Pearl broke it with her voice. I'm not joking. Pearl is so unhinged, it's not even funny. Remember the Cats vs. Dog Splatfest in the last video and how it got delayed? During its delay, the art actually got changed midway through. Here's the difference. In Splatoon 3's Hero Mode, if you go to the skill tree section of the menu, the icon on the back changes depending which species you are. The single player trailer for Splatoon 1 has content that was never made into the final game. One is an 8-bit level that never made to the final game, and it was only shown for a brief couple seconds, so not many people know what it could have been. And another thing were these executioner looking enemies. We don't know what they could have been. Some theorize it could have been the earlier form of an octo sniper. I don't think so. I genuinely don't know what these could have been. In the last video, I talked about the weirdest Splatoon reference in TV media, but the weirdest Splatoon reference in a video game is in Danganronpa 3. In the game, you can find an item called the Octobrush, which is literally just the Octobrush, as well as a magazine called Splat-Teen Vogue. And the item has a description that says, and I quote, "A teen magazine featuring many models just enjoying their summer. This magazine is meant for kids, not squids." As far as my knowledge goes, VR Chat and Bone Lab are the only VR games with Splatoon-related mods in them. During the Callie vs. Marie Splatfest in Splatoon 1, in a match, whoever's team was in the lead, the matching idol will summon a crowd to cheer for them. The third most popular Splatoon video is the Living Tombstone Splatoon 1 song, Squid Melody. Pearl and Marina's Octo expansion headgear is inspired by Tupac and Biggie Smalls respectively. If you ever looked on the body of a suction bomb, it has a little face. If you throw a curling bomb and you don't move, your character will do a certain animation. In Splatoon 1 Mahi Mahi, if you look outside the map, you'll see a wedding going on with jellyfish. In Splatoon 3 Mahi Mahi, if you go to the same area, you'll see a family of jellyfish taking a little picnic. That's such a nice touch that not many people probably didn't know until this video. In the Splatoon 1 version of Flounder Heights, if you have a charger scope and you look into one of the windows of the building, you can see a ghost face staring at you. And yes, it's still there in Splatoon 3. It kinda reminds me of the Mob of the Dead jump scare. Octoling Rendezvous is the only song in the entire Splatoon soundtrack across all 3 games that has not received a single change. During Table Turf Battle, every character that you fight have certain sleeves relating to them as a character, but for some reason Little Judge sleeves are Grizzco related. Out of bounds on Scorched Gorge, there are many shading errors. If you explore around the shoal and you go to where the restrooms are, it'll be closed off, but if you look in a certain angle, you can see a jellyfish cleaning the restrooms. We all know that in every Splatoon game, if you stand outside of a shop, you can hear music playing from inside it. But in Splatoon 3, there are a couple shops that you don't go into that you can hear music come out of. The lights in the lobby will change depending on which game mode you go in. If you stand next to the porta potty in Splatsville, you can hear an Inkling or an Octoling just fighting for their life in that porta potty. The reason why the ink in Splatoon 2 Hero Mode was glittery was because of Callie. In Splatoon 1 Piranha Pit, if you had a roller and you did a certain thing on Piranha Pit, your character will just have their back broken. In Splatoon 3, when you customize your character, the earbuds at the start of the game and the ink tank won't appear. However, once you customize Little Buddy, the ink tank and the earbuds show up. When creating a private game in Splatoon 1, when setting the password, you can recreate Calamari incantation. In Splatoon 2, it is canon that Agent 4 had to fight Callie and Octavio at least multiple times. How many times exactly? We don't know. The Octo Samurai is a big Callie fan. In Splatoon 3, when you switch shops, the Inklings and Octlings have different animations. In Splatoon 2, male characters and female characters had different jump animations. In Splatoon 3, when you're rolling, your character does a smiling animation, and the faster you're rolling, the bigger the smile. Across all 3 games, if you've collected every sunken scroll, you can create a flip note animation. During the 2022 Game Awards, Splatoon 3 won Best Multiplayer Game of the Year, making it the second time a Splatoon game won a Best Award. The first one was the Best Shooter Award to Splatoon 1 back in 2015. A book of gloves from the manga can be found in front of the porta potty I mentioned earlier. The 5th map added into Splatoon 2 that wasn't a remaster is Gobi Arena. In the first 2 Splatoon games, the paintball mask is the most expensive gear in the game that has comeback on it. In Devil May Cry 4, there is a boss in the game that looks like a Splatoon YouTuber by the name of Jmoji. Don't believe me? Watch this cutscene.
It was my assumption that those demons would prove far inferior in the face of your tactics.
You summon and kill. Summon and kill. I fail to see the logic here. Said it. The price to pay for power?
Humans. They are but stubborn and foolish. It takes a journey to hell for them to accept and praise their god. A fact that tickles Irony's judgment.
And your judgments interest me not. For I'm here to reclaim what is rightfully mine.
Okay, this next one is a mouthful, but just wow. The 69th player in the top 500 Tower Control Splatoon 2 X-Rank October 2022 season is none other than someone with a Japanese name. So you know how in my last video I said that the Stingray got patched, but it was never changed in hero mode? Well, Tentamissiles actually have the same issue. How Tentamissiles used to work was the more enemies you tracked onto, the more missiles you would shoot. And in one level in hero mode, you can lock onto, I think, at least 10 enemies at once. However, eventually, Tentamissiles got patched where it will shoot the same amount of missiles no matter how many people have been tracked. On January 31st, 2023, YouTuber Robotica, I think that's how you pronounce it, made a mashup of Splatoon music with the Undertale boss fight song, Death by Glamour.